Hey Taurus sisters, it's Amy. I want to show you where I am and what I'm doing. Look at this place. Isn't that beautiful? So I'm at what we call Family Campout here in Michigan, and I want to tell you about it. It's an event that my friends put on. I want to tell you what we do and how we do it, why we do it, and maybe especially to inspire and encourage you to start something like this where you live in your neck of the woods. So I do not plan this. I'm not in charge of this. I'm not an organizer of this. I'm an attender. So if I say we, I mean them. My friends Todd and Dina put this on. They started it, I think this is our 5th or 6th one. There goes my daughter on her bike. Watch. Where'd she go? She's back. Hi, Beth. We bring the kids' bikes here. They have a great time riding around. So Todd and Dina started this 5-ish years ago to bring the community together, to have a place where we can all come together. And no, it's not a feast. One time I talked about this and people said, it's not a feast. I'm like, I know. And that's kind of the beauty of it. This is not a feast time. There are people who will come this weekend who do all different calendars. Not all different, but several different, probably at least 4, maybe 5 different calendars in, these Michigan folk. And so like for Sukkot, we're never all together for Sukkot because we do Sukkot at slightly different times. This weekend is just a regular weekend. So people are free and they're available, and people with all those different things will come together. And we do that also once a month for Shabbat. So a lot of us are staying for the whole weekend. Some of us came last night. We came early because we just like to be together, and we had a wonderful campfire and fellowship and lots of laughter last night sitting around the fire. And then more people will come this evening and afternoon. Some people will come just for the day on Shabbat, just for the day, because we'll have a whole Shabbat service in that pavilion tomorrow. Some people will come just on Sunday. They may prefer to do Shabbat at home with their normal fellowship, and then they'll come out on Sunday. So there are people who come to this event who I only get to see once a year at this event. And we always look forward to it. As soon as this one's done, we put it on our calendar for next year. That's how much we love this event. So let me tell you some details about it. Here's what we do. It's a lot like family camp. If you come from a church where you used to go for family camp, that's a lot like what this is. It will feel very familiar to you and not at all that weird. We have Torah services, Torah study, Bible study, worship, singing time. A lot like what we do other Shabbats. We just do it outside here in the pavilion when we're here. On Sunday, there will be field day games. They organize games with little prizes. And one of the famous ones we do is water balloons, and they do the egg toss. And my youngest has trophies from these events. Yes, they give out trophies for egg toss. We take it very seriously. Lots of campfires. There is a spot here where we have a big group campfire, and we encourage people to come and join the group campfire. Some people will also have fires at their own campsites, but having a group fire is a great way to meet the folks who don't know anybody yet. The folks who, there are always people who come to this and it's their first time coming to this event. Some of them it's their first time coming to any gathering with other Torah keepers. And so we want to have a place for them to come and just sit and get to know some of us at the group fire. There are 4 shared meals because most of us will stay until Monday morning. And so we do Sabbath lunch, Saturday dinner, Sunday lunch, and Sunday dinner. And some people will leave Sunday night. So that's 4 shared meals. And we, again, do them all in that pavilion right there. Because we just set up tables. And we sit at tables for the Bible studies and the services and obviously the shared meals. So this is a Christian camp that they rent. We are sharing it. There's a lot of campers behind me that are not part of our group. Most of the people here are not part of our group. I think a lot of them are what we call snowbirds. I think they live here in the summer and maybe go south or back home for the winter season. And it's a Christian camp, and they have their own services kind of up in that building up there. You can see the crosses on the building. So they have their own services there. But it's a wonderful camp. And so we rent this pavilion, and if we outgrow that, which we're getting close, we can rent some of the bigger facilities here. They have a waterfront here, and basketball and gaga ball. And we brought Foursquare, all the epic games that the kids and young people are loving right now. Sometimes we do rock climbing wall and zip line and stuff like that. There's no alcohol here. Most Christian camps do not let you drink alcohol. So here's how we do this. The organizers of this event, they don't charge admission for this event. We don't charge anyone any money to come to this event. But when we make a reservation, we call the camp and we pay the camp for our campsite or for our cabin rental. So there is a cost to lodge. We just pay it directly to the camp. And that's different with every camp. Some camps might say, okay, you take the money from your people and then pay us for how many people you have or whatever. This camp, they prefer us directly to pay the money to them. The camp does also charge a day parking pass. I think it's like $5 per car. So the people who want to come in just for the day on Shabbat or just for the day on Sunday, there has to be $5 paid for those cars. We don't want people, of course, to pay on Shabbat. That's prohibited in the Torah. So what we've done is, the very first year, Todd explained that to the camp, and the camp said, well, you could pay ahead. So people who know that they're coming just for the day, they can call ahead and pay it with a credit card over the phone. And then when they come through on Shabbat, they just tell the gatekeeper, I already paid, I'm with that group. And they're like, okay, yeah, we know you guys. Or if people spontaneously want to come out, they just will pay later. They'll say, I'll call you on Monday and square it away. And then, of course, we keep our vow to do that, and we call on Monday and pay for our Shabbat parking fee. So I think that's a cool example of when you feel like you want to put something on like this, and maybe you're like, okay, I feel like I want to do what this group is doing in Michigan. I'm going to go, and you find a website, and the website says, oh, this camp charges a Sabbath parking pass fee. Don't give up. Don't say, oh, that place will never work because we can't pay for parking on Shabbat. Call them anyway and explain your special circumstances and see if they can accommodate you. Because if the Father wants you to do this, He's already there in the future. He's already worked in their hearts to soften their hearts to make accommodations for you to keep Torah, but do an event at their facility. Maybe not the first place you call, but I think eventually some place will do what this place is doing. These people here are very, very nice, and they accommodate us like that. And if Todd had just looked at their website and given up, we would not be here for 5 years fellowshipping the way we do. So it doesn't hurt to ask nicely and see if places can accommodate your Sabbath keeping needs. Now, there is also a fee to rent that pavilion. There it is. There's a fee to rent it. I think it's per day. And the way he covers that expense is he puts a donation box in the back of the room. There's always a donation, and I don't think he likes to do it. I think we have told him, look, you got to take donations. Let us help cover the cost. And so there's a donation box in the back of the room, and I think when he gets home on Monday, he goes through the money, and I believe it's always enough, and I believe it's often more than enough. And so I think they also use that money to pay for paper plates and stuff like that. So that's how we do the money, is with our offerings. We share the cost and cover it. I have notes to make sure I tell you all the things I want to tell you. This is very, I want to say family friendly, but I think a better way to say it is it's for the entire body of Messiah. When I say things are family friendly and for families, I guess I want people with little children and babies to know that they're welcome at this thing, at least, that I'm talking about. I think sometimes people are concerned that their babies are too loud and nobody wants them around. So that's why I say it's family friendly. But I also want everyone to know that things like this ought to be body of Messiah friendly. There will be old people here, and young people, and single people, and old widows and widowers, and single dads and single moms like me, and all kinds of people will be here. And we will fellowship together and get to know one another. There are people here who have never been with other Hebrews before, and that's my favorite people. So I encourage you to open it up to everyone and make everyone feel welcome. And then what you do through that time of fellowshipping, and I call it working the room. Like, I will campfire hop from campfire to campfire, meeting everyone, getting to know everyone. And sometimes you find people who you really, really click with, people who are in your season of life, or they have kids your kids' age, or they've been through what you've been through, or you're both widows or something like that. And then you go home and you build really strong, close relationships with that person. But here, we're all going to hang out together. And we welcome those, cranky, noisy, tired little babies, because we know little kids get cranky when they're off schedule at these go-away events. Sometimes grown-ups get cranky when we're off schedule. But this is a family-friendly event, and so anybody can come to this, I guess, who loves Yeshua, keeps Torah, and holds to those 2 testimonies. And that's it. I encourage you, if you are like, oh, that sounds amazing, that sounds like so much fun and so meaningful, I wish that was happening where I live, maybe you're the one to start it. That's why I told you how they do this. They call the camp. How much of a deposit do you need? Okay, it's a $300 deposit to rent the pavilion for a weekend, and then the rest is due at your event or after your event. You can tell the camp, look, I'm going to take donations during the event, and then I'll pay you after the event. And then you get on your knees and you start praying, and you see if the Father provides. And if He doesn't, He'll still provide and take care of your finances. I'm pretty confident of that. So, but that's between you and the Father. That's a faith thing between you and the Father. I just encourage you to start something like this. It did not start this big. When the first year he did this, there weren't a lot of us here. And it just grows and grows. I bet tomorrow there will be between 250 and 350 people here. Maybe more, because the weather is beautiful. It is 72 degrees right now. Beautiful weather to do this. And a lot of people will drive from all over Michigan to come and fellowship here tomorrow. So that's it. Start one where you are. It's such a blessing. And I'll see you guys later. I'm going to go hang and help set up and things like that. Bye.